The Madman!
Welcome to today's card review of the latest Boomsday cards. Let's start with Blight Nozzle Crawler. Toxin-filled creation from Rogues. 4 mana 2/4 mech. Death Rattle, summon a 1/1 ooze with Poisonous and Rush. Problem is, how are you going to get rid of your 4 health minion? And finally, the big question is, why would you play this when Vilespine Slayer exists? Instead of going through the middleman of having a 2/4 which has to die, and on your turn so that you can use your ooze to direct towards something that you want to die, you could just play the plant that eats everything. So in short, run the plant instead. Star Aligner. 7 mana, 7/7, Battle Cry. If you control 3 minions of 7 health, deal 7 damage to all enemies. So a lot of people start laughing when they look at this text and they're like, oh yeah, like that's gonna happen. And yes, by the way, Star Aligner does count itself, so all you need to do is have 2 other minions on the board that have 7 health, and yes, they do have to have exactly 7 health. 8 health no good, 9 health no good. Exactly 7, though it could be a 9 health minion which has lost 2 hit points and is now at 7 health. But just remember, this is all gravy. The text is all gravy because what is fair is a 7 mana 7/7. That's War Golem. So just by playing it by itself, you're already at the very least playing War Golem. Which admittedly is not so good, but it's not terrible. This is an excellent meme card, and that's about all there will be. Have fun trying to make the stars align, but I'm going to give this card a pre-rating of 1 star. Try building your deck around a War Golem. That's not going to go well for you, I think. Next up, this guy's installing a Cybertech chip into Huffer. It's a 2 mana spell, Cybertech chip. Give your minions Death Rattle, add a random mech to your hand. Huffer, go face, beep boop, beep boop. Very smart. It's like Infest, except they cost 1 less mana. Does that make Infest good? Depends a little bit on how good the mechs are in this set. You can unleash a wave of cyber-technically advanced hounds now, which is awesome flavor. It just comes down to how good is 2 mana, draw 2, or maybe draw 3, or maybe even draw 4, and I'm using draw as in add mechs to your hand. 2 mana, add 2 random mechs to your hands. That probably costs a little too much. But 2 mana, add 3 random mechs to your hand. I could see that. So we'll take a wait and see how good the mechs are in this set. But speaking of how 2 mana, add 3 random mechs to your hand is pretty good, let's take a look at the Warrior. Omega card. 1 mana, Omega Assembly. Discover a mech. If you have 10 mana crystals, keep all 3 cards. That's pretty good. And also, 1 mana Discover a Mech isn't bad, so you have your choice. What's even better is that we know that Dr. Boom Mad Genius is in the set, and Dr. Boom Mad Genius is encouraging you to get mechs so that you can play them with Rush. When all your mechs have Rush, Omega Assembly gets even better. So I think this is a major card that's going to support Dr. Boom Mad Genius, and they're very symbiotic here. The fact that Dr. Boom Mad Genius exists makes Omega Assembly so much better, and the fact that Omega Assembly exists makes Dr. Boom Mad Genius so much better, and we can finally start to see the foundation of a new deck forming. Just those 2 cards can probably form a core Control Warrior deck. I have high hopes for Omega Assembly. Next, Rogue gets Pogo Hopper. 2 mana 1/1 mech. Battlecry gain +2/+2 for each other Pogo Hopper you played this game. So there are, interestingly, 2 different ways to get even more Pogo Hoppers. One is to bounce your Pogo Hopper, and then play your Pogo Hopper again for +2/+2, and also increases your other Pogo Hoppers by +2/+2. The other way is to shuffle in more Pogo Hoppers into your deck. Is that practical? Is the payoff of shuffling your Pogo Hopper and bouncing your Pogo Hopper better than, say, bouncing your Faldorei Strider and shuffling your Faldorei Strider? My answer is probably not. I think Pogo Hopper is going to be relegated to meme status. Better than Jade in the sense that it's a card that gets buffed when it gets returned to your hand also with a card like Shadow Step. But boy, is this a card where it's like Jade and you can only put 2 Jades into your deck. As much as we look at the coin Pogo Hopper, Shadow Step Pogo Hopper, Shadow Step Pogo Hopper dream, did you know that's actually also possible with a card called Biteweed right now? And the Biteweed actually ends up even bigger than the Pogo Hopper. And boy, is Biteweed bad. Finally, we've got Gloop Sprayer. Druid 8 mana 4/4. Toast described it as when a Faceless Manipulator and a Fungalmancer love each other very much, they spray a bunch of Gloop, and Battlecry summon a copy of each adjacent minion. Now, the thing to realize about Gloop Sprayer is, as an improvement to Faceless Manipulator, you're also getting a 4/4. That's not nothing to scoff at. It's like, as a Faceless Manipulator said, draw a card and play a 4/4. Faceless Manipulator is often used for combos though, and Gloop Sprayer at 8 mana is much harder to use for your big combos. So it seems to be more for a value-oriented play. If you just copy 2 4/4s of Gloop Sprayer, and that's aiming fairly low, then you're getting incredible value already for 12/12 worth of stats on 8 mana. The big question though is, incredible value good enough? Or is the Faceless Manipulator just better because you're usually trying to specifically target one thing which is extreme value to copy? Also, Faceless has the flexibility that it can be played when you're not ahead on the board because you can copy your opponent's big minion. A potentially interesting idea is to play Mulch Muncher, which is one of the cards that can get reduced by quite a lot of mana with the Gloop Sprayer. Maybe you can live the dream of having 9 Treants die in a game, and then you play Mulch Muncher for 1, another Mulch Muncher for 1, and then you Gloop Sprayer, and then you have 4 Mulch Munchers! And that is the story of how Treant decks are born. That's not gonna work, is it? But you definitely always gotta look out for those internal synergies in the set. That's it for today's cards. Stay tuned tomorrow to see another set of reviews on the revealed cards. By the way, Thursday, July 26th, is when my card gets revealed. Stay tuned for that. It's... oh, crap. How do I tease it in a way that doesn't give it away? It's cool!
The good and the bad times, we've been through them all. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around. The Inspira, Weezing, Seal, Gyarados, Slowbro. Gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all.